Okay, Aries, beautiful. All right. The bottom of the deck, Aries, we have the Sun. We have the Seven of Swords reversed. Perfect. We have the Eight of Swords reversed. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Right out of the gate, Aries, this is a beautiful energy for you because all signs pointing to yes. This is wonderful. This is good. You're happy. You're in a good place. There's no lying, sneaking, cheating, stealing. Anything that happened in the past is now gone. You're moving away from any of that energy. Negative. You're not holding yourself back. I love this so much. And in fact, you are taking slow steps to rectifying whatever it is that your situation is that you're thinking about. You could also have an earth sign coming towards you, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but slow, honest, trustworthy steps. Either you're doing this for yourself or someone else is coming towards you slowly and they are honest and trustworthy. And frankly, Aries, this makes you extremely happy. And look at these cards. In the center of the deck, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So your money situation has been improving and is drastically improving. This could be with the entrance of this Knight of Pentacles. Either way, I'm going to put all these down. There could be some regrets from the past, definitely. There still could be some uncertainty from the past. But because these two cards, Aries, are later on in the bottom of the deck, you're definitely moving away from this energy. There's still hints of confusion. There's still hints of feeling left out in the cold. But you've been waiting for your ships to come in. You're starting to take a lot of action, or you have been. And all signs are pointing to yes. All signs are pointing to trustworthiness. All signs are pointing to feeling good. I'm going to leave these cards out here so you can see them. Feeling good about your situation. Feeling good about the decisions you've made. Even though in the past, Aries, there may have been a lot of confusion about something or someone, and possibly some pain involved in that, and definitely some confusion. You are letting that go. I think you've been working on that for quite some time, and now you're starting to realize, or it's been enough time, that you're just shrugging your shoulders at it, or you've worked through a healing process on your own, and it's good. You're starting to feel very good. You're starting to feel love. I'm sensing a lot of self-love with this Sun here, with this Eight of Swords reversed. I'm sensing a lot of healing and self-love has been taking place, and it's a long process, and you've been going through it, and now I'm saying now because the King of Wands is here right next to the Nine of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. And I know I'm skipping to the kind of the end phase of the reading, but you've been working, you've been healing, and now basically, Aries, you're back on your game. So whether this is a love reading for you, or a work situation, or a career or money situation for you, Aries, you're feeling really good despite these lingering energies. Right out of the gate, we do have the Final Judgment card reversed and the Page of Cups reversed. So part of this moving forward, part of this trusting yourself and trusting what is coming towards you, whether it be a person, financially, or the steps you are taking, Aries, there's a lack of communication in not getting what you want, and that, I feel, has kind of spawned this letting go. It's spawned this decision to be happy. It's spawned this decision to start taking action. You're no longer in hermit mode. And then what you're doing is you're just putting your head down and working very hard. You do get the answers. You do get the payment and the rewards for the hard work that you've done. Despite earlier on not getting what you want, you're just deciding to turn your back on that, Turn your back on this lack of communication, this friendly communication. Turn your back on this not getting what you want. Put your head down and you're focusing on what you're wanting to do. And ultimately, it's not an immediate reward, but it does come over time. You're building something long-term here. So with respect to this situation or this person that you're healing from or letting go of, there is a sense of failure here, definitely, but you're working towards changing that. And you're working towards moving in the right direction for you to move past this. It's slow, it's steady, it does result in positive rewards. It does result in stability. And then the Seven of Cups reverse. So again, you're no longer seeking answers. You're no longer confused. You're no longer feeling like the smoke screen has been pulled over your eyes. You're seeing through the smoke and mirrors, and there's definitely a clear understanding of what happened and what was happening and what needs to be done moving forward. And that is exactly why, Aries, we are moving from focus, building long-term rewards despite how we're feeling, clearing up any negativity, clearing up any confusion, or just looking away from it and not focusing on it, and going forth with a great deal of fight, with a great deal of vigor and optimism, because you're getting back to who you are, who you were. This is you getting back to your A game, you're on point, you're working hard, you're loving life, and things are very much starting to turn in your favor. Oh, I love this so much for you, Aries. Finally, I think you're letting go of the past, and you're letting go of feeling left out in the cold. You're letting go of the manipulation and the cheating that was done, and you're just not caring anymore. Now you're just, it's not that you don't care. You're just you're changing your focus. Let's pull some clarifiers. Let's clarify this Judgment card. Please clarify this Judgment card for Aries. Please clarify this Judgment card. Six of Cups. Yes, this is relating to a past love, past relationship, feelings of nostalgia. I was listening to a podcast the other day. I can't remember what it was, and I apologize for not giving them credit, but they were talking about how nostalgia, in terms of human behavior and emotional, internal emotional dynamics, nostalgia can very often spawn or be the precipice of what needs to change when you're depressed, when you're feeling anxiety. And looking past, looking forward instead of looking back is often that precipice or that point of change. And with this being here with the Karma card and the Page of Cups, you could have been dealing with the water sign. You could be dealing with the Earth sign, but I'm sensing the Earth sign's coming towards you. There was confusion about this. There was nostalgia. And I think you're not spending your time in those memories anymore. Not spending your time in the good memories that keeps us hanging on, or the bad memories. You're just moving forward. So this is a beautiful card. I'm glad this came out because it does just clarify what I was saying. Let's clarify this Ten of Pentacles. Please clarify this Ten of Pentacles for Aries. Because even though you're feeling as a failure in some regard, there's so much positivity in letting go and breathing and diligent, continuous, consistent work that you're picking yourself up by your bootstraps and being positive like you always are. I love this card because she's up at sunrise, ready to fight, ready to go. And that's really your energy, Aries. Now, I'm not saying you're a fighter, but you're always ready for what's next. Once you get out of these slumps, you're always ready for what's next. And you really charge ahead in life. And it does serve you well. So this is definitely financial, not so much emotional. The height of emotional stability, emotional happiness. This card is still here. It's just reversed. The focus is more on building your own stability, being stable within yourself so that you can move here. You're definitely working towards the Ten of Cups energy, but you also are recognizing, Aries, that first you have to take care of yourself. First, you're getting your finances in order. First, you're focusing on work. This comes secondary, at least at this point in time. And it is serving you well. That's why there's no confusion. You know this is the route you need to take to get here. Putting yourself first, taking care of yourself. And if you watch my annual Aries reading, that was the name of the game. And you're still doing that, and it's serving you well. I'm not going to take these. Let's clarify this Nine of Wands and then the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Yeah, you're not in a decision point. You've been there. You're not at a decision point. You're not worried. You're not pondering. You're not looking at the past. You're only looking at the future. You're no longer sitting in this place between future and past. You're not looking back at it. You're not. That's why it's reversed. Wondering what's next. You're just going for it. That's why you get a great deal of confidence, self-esteem, back on your A game. Please clarify the Wheel of Fortune for Aries. Aries, this is a beautiful reading for you. I think you're very much coming into your own. Justice. Again, like I said here, you don't get what you want, but you're going to make your own. You still feel that this was a very unjust situation, but in order to turn the tables in your favor, you're taking this into your own hands. You're no longer relying on somebody else. You're no longer seeking, vengeance is not the right word. You're no longer seeking like retribution or clarification or closure. You're just doing you. You're focusing on you. And it's slowly bringing in emotional happiness because you're focusing on your own stability. All right, let's pull some outcome cards, Aries. I am so glad to be back. Outcome for Aries, Seven of Wands, King of Swords, King of Cups, and Six of Swords. So you are moving away from the deceit, the manipulation, the control. Your barriers aren't up. You're just moving away from it. You're no longer fighting this. You're no longer fighting them. You're no longer fighting this energy. This is extreme control. This is emotional manipulation. This is you fighting it. This is you having your defenses up. But all of these are reversed. So yes, deceit, manipulation, control, narcissism, frankly, very, very much emotional control and deceit here. And you were fighting it. You were stuck in the nostalgia, thinking the good things were actually good, when in fact, this is what you were really getting. This is what you thought you were getting. This is the future faking. This is what you actually got. And you are no longer fighting that within yourself, with them, nothing. You are only focusing on yourself right now for the purpose of getting stability and moving towards emotional happiness. Ultimate, highest level emotional happiness in the near future. All right, Aries. Well, I am so glad to be back. This was so much fun. I've missed you so much. And if for those of you who don't know, I I made a major career move, and it was wonderful. It's beautiful. And I needed to take a month to get my bearings. This is exactly what I was doing. And now that's stabilizing in a very positive way. And so here I am. I love you, and I will see you soon. All right. Bye, Aries.